Hey, kill them all.
Or perhaps he's wondering why someone would shoot a man before throwing him out of a plane. It doesn't matter who we are. What matters is our plan. No one cared who I was till I put on the mask. It would be extremely painful for you. Of course. Dr. Pavel refused our offer in favor of yours. We had to find out what he told you. Crashing this plane with no survivors. No! They expect one of us in the wreckage, brother. Yes. The fire rises. Calm down, Doctor. Now is not the time for fear. That comes later. Oh, you think darkness is your ally? You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it, molded by it. I didn't see the light until I was already a man. By then it was nothing to me but blinding. The shadows betray you because they belong to me. I will show you where I have made my home whilst preparing to bring justice. Then I will break you. Your precious armory, gratefully accepted. We will need it. Ah, yes. I was wondering what would break first. Your spirit or your body? So, as I terrorize Gotham, I will feed its people hope to poison their souls. I will let them believe that they can survive so that you can watch them clambering over each other to stay in the sun. You could watch me torture an entire city. And then when you truly understood the depth of your failure, we will fulfill Razagul's destiny. We will destroy Gotham. And then, when it is done, ashes. Then you have my permission to die.
What is up, people? It's your boy Legend again with another build video. I said I was going to post this one yesterday, but I had to make a couple of tweaks to it and then get some DZ footage of it. But basically, this is, I guess I would call it the DZ Ninja build. And I like this build, I really do. I use it quite often when I'm in the DZ. I rob a lot of people with it. The post is virtually ineffective. And once again, this is one of those builds that I waited to this last title update to put out, because putting it out too soon would make it irrelevant. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the build. Now, of course, I'm using the Black Friday because of the Perfectly Unhinged. I'm still gonna roll something else on there. I might put on like a leg roll, or you know, magazine capacity with extra. But right now, it serves its purpose. It serves it quite well actually in the DZ. And I'm using this one just for this last talent, Brutality. While holster landing a shot has a 5% chance to do 100% damage as explosive damage, and it actually procs quite a lot, especially since I have about 100 bullets in this magazine already. I mean, the extra damage output is very noticeable. Now, the reason why I call this a ninja build is mainly because of the 3-piece yaw. Since every specialist in this game now has a 50%, you know, pulse resistance to it, the yaw piece, as you can see as the third option, has a pulse resistance of 40%. So it basically means you only be pulsed for 1 second. I think every 10% is, I guess, equal to a second. But whatever the case may be, you only pulse for 1 second. So not a lot of people run pulse to begin with, but if they do try to pulse, you know, it's quite used in what is it, Occupy DZ. And you be running around and all of a sudden you get that red marker in the bottom of the screen saying that you've been pulsed. Well, You could be posted. By the time this look around the surroundings, you already disappeared again. So they just figure, you know what? I guess it's still safe to continue farming until you run up behind them and shoot them. This is not a face-taking build. As you can see by my armor is only 337, and then my health is only 60k. This build is for you to specifically sneak up on people, rob them, kill them, and go about your way. Get out scot-free. Yes, it's a grimy build, but hey, somebody gotta do the dirty work. It's a dark zone for a reason. Another good thing I like about this mask, and if you guys can find one, I encourage you to go ahead and go to Tidal Basin. I'm not going in that. Go to Tidal Basin, and then they will drop, hazard protection for you. The best mask I got so far with hazard protection is 50%. I was gonna roll down here, but that'd been overkill because I already get 10% for the y'all piece. So I went for the second highest number I had is 43, and it also comes with perfectly insulated, which gave me 103. Hazard protection just off of one piece. So I had to worry about that or stacking it up anywhere or wearing multiple Gillar Guard pieces. You can with this build. You can do whatever you want to. But I just prefer to run it this way. You get the 5% weapon damage, and then of course you get the hazard protection as well. Now I have health, just to increase my health numbers. No mod slots. So we run over to the next piece. This is the cornerstone of the build right here. I run accuracy because it's the only one that comes with perfect vigilance on there, and it helps out with my LMGs. So that's why I'm running the 10% accuracy. Got 14% weapon damage. Armor is kind of low, but who cares at this point? I rather have weapon damage because I'm going in and getting killed and getting out. The perfect vigilance, you gain 30% weapon damage. But if you take damage, it disables this buff for 4 seconds. That's why you go in, get the kill, leave. Go in, get the kill, leave without being noticed. You have to play somewhat, stealthy, but the payout is huge. Like I think I was doing this yesterday, and I ended up stealing this bad boy from a player that was distracting. It saved me a lot of time because I was actually looking for this piece, but I already have it. So hey, kudos to that guy that gave me that piece. I appreciate you. In fact, you actually see this in the video. I think I'll put this, I don't know, more like in the beginning. So if you guys go back and see some of the kill feeds, one of them will be when they drop that chest piece for me. Another y'all piece with a crit chance, because why not? Low health roll. You could do better if you have a better piece, but I would like to have y'all here. I think I have to craft this one. That's why it says replica up there. This backpack, the Bighorn backpack, came out a long time ago, and I've been using it ever since because I can't find nothing better. I had one a long time ago when the game first came out, and I think the only difference was I think I had 15% total armor, but I had like 9% weapon damage on there, and I deleted it by accident. So F me, right? So the next piece is another y'all gloves. So I have a complete 3-piece, 10% LMG damage, 23% hazard protection. I can roll that to be more health. That can help out my my survivability. But this added on to this is 126 hazard protection. I think I'm pretty covered when it comes to that. So status effects won't really bother me, and I can get out of fire and all that other stuff while everybody else is patting themselves. So this is 126% build, and then you get devastating. That gives you 5% more weapon damage. Oh, and I forgot about this insulated. So that's what, 156% hazard protection. As you can tell, it's a completely overkill. I would rather switch that talent out for something else, like maybe even the damage to elites one, or virtually anything besides that, because I have way too much of it already. So this is an area where you can improve the build on. I have more crit chance on here and a low armor roll. So based off all this, I got pretty much low rolls across the board, and that's where you can improve on the build. You might even get it up to maybe 100k health with almost 400k armor, which would be insane. But that's pretty much the build. I mean, it's really fun. You get out there, get the kills, you extract, you cannot be seen, and you're doing a lot of damage. As you can see, I'm already doing 30.4, and that's without the 15% damage out of cover, and that's also without the extra 30%. Or maybe they already added it on, but who really cares? You dropping them. And as you see in the video clips, there goes your witness right now. And then even before then, I was using the pestilence. You can use any gun. I'm gonna try to use ruthless, and then probably the next DZ run I do with this build to see how it tries out. And of course, I'm gonna use a Black Friday because of the perfectly unhinged. I always love that talent. And the 249 Bravos, I always like them because they're very accurate for what they are. I'm using a sharpshooter class for optimal range and overlap, so give me a little bit more weapon handling. I'm using a pulse. I don't know if it was a glitch in the game, but the first time I was running pulse in the DZ, it didn't work. No matter how many times I clicked on the button, I was pretty much out there with just this defender drone. I couldn't understand why, but after I switched out the talents, not the talents, the skills, it came back and I was able to use pulse. I used pulse to pretty much figure out where these guys are at, and so I could figure out the best way to flank them, kill them, get what I need, and leave. And most of the time I do that without them even noticing that one of their teammates are dead. And then when they try to turn around and fight me, they'll start losing armor, and if I feel like it, I'll go back over there and kill them again. That's why I call this a ninja build, because it's very hard to detect you. Also, if you're running in the DZ, it's optional. You can run it with 2 different DZ perks. One of them, I guess, it makes you invisible while you rogue, which is helpful to get away. And then you have to be like 15 meters for the enemies to actually see you, or to even figure out where you're at, unless the NPC is shooting you. And I think the other one is for you to detect at a greater range of where players are at. But I chose the one to be invisible so I can get up and get out. And like I said, I cleaned up, and the rewards has been bountiful, to say the least. Here we go. I'm going over everything that I have. I'll go over one step at a time. Now the crit chance, you can increase it, but right now it's not really a crit build. So you could run this with a clutch and be even more devastating, but for the weapons I chose, I think 31 is just fine. The range is pretty good. I mean, everything. 52% weapon damage, 45%. That's 97% LMG damage altogether. Insane damage output. I'm telling you, this build hits hard, and it does its job because of perfect vigilance. If you can't find that chest piece, I will recommend going to get it. Making this build is worth it. The Hollow Man, if you want to run it with this named y'all mask, go ahead and get the Hollow Man. I also got this, I believe, by robbing somebody as well. And they dropped it, and one of my clan mates, he was like, "Hey, this Hollow Man is here." I ran by, picked it up immediately. Because I knew what it meant to my builds, and all of them will have 100% hazard protection just off of this one piece alone. Next, I will change this. The insulated, I will give me a better piece, hopefully with more armor or whatnot, so I can increase it, mid-max it. A better backpack if I could find one. Take off hazard protection off of here for more health, and then if I could find a better, I guess, y'all holster with more health, that would be ways to min-max it. Same thing with anything else on this build. It's very fluid, so you could interchange a lot of pieces. And that is it. Thank you for watching the video. I will have another one, and it's gonna be kind of similar to a build that I made in Division 1 that's actually hosted on some international websites right now. I think if you search my name online, it will come up and I think an Indian website and a Japanese website, if I'm not mistaken. I think he's even on Hello Kitty for some godly reason. But until next time, guys, go ahead, drop a like, subscribe, please comment. I'm open to feedback. I was actually asked to go a little bit more in detail with some of my builds, just so newer players can get a feel of what to look for and how to piece together their builds. I try not to do that before, because I figure that one player might get one set of roles and another player get a completely different set of roles, and it's pretty much up to you. People that copy and paste builds on this game and can't figure out why they're not winning in the DZ or whatever, it's up to your play skill level and your comfortability. You're out there, if you got a run and gun build, you try to sit in cover, it's not gonna work. You know what I mean? So wherever it fits your play style, that's how you should mimic these builds. But this was just to give you a general idea of how to create a build. Alright guys, until next time, Legend out, like and subscribe.